Okay, good afternoon everybody. Today is January 25, 2024. We will be having our pre-bid conference for 3 projects included in our CY 2024 regular income projects. Before we proceed with our pre-bid proper, let's first our attendance. Ma'am Net, please do the checking.
Good afternoon for today's breakfast review conference. We have our Vice Chairman, Engineer Joseph Tume,
Present.
Vice Chairman, Engineer Maria Alcamigar, members, yours truly, Teresa de Layunan, and user for construction section, Engineer Maria Alcapno, OIC Procurement Engineer, Engineer Donald Ardilles, PWG members, head, Engineer Italiano Andales, members, Engineer Michael Keldan Villet, Engineer Sonri Makilato, Engineer Mark, Secretariat, Engineer Mark Andrew Alcuro, Engineer Bernie Aban, and Engineer No Canisar. We also acknowledge the presence of our leaders representative, Miss Isabel
Hortilano po.
Hortilano from our RPN Construction. That's all.
Okay. Thank you, Ma'am Teresa de Layunan. We're heading a forum. Let's proceed with our pre-bid proper. Let's start with for the information of everybody, the following observers letters were sent to the following observers, like Ma'am Ems Del Prado, State Auditor 4, Kuwa DPWH, Masbate 2nd DEO, Mr. Jose Ranyola, NACAP Representative, Kabangan, Legazpi City, Ma'am Ruby Sanchez Morano, President Rodeo Masbate Incorporated, Masbate City, and Engineer Mark Ian Garbo, Media President, Masbate 2nd DEO, Masbate City. Let's start with our first project. We have 24FI0047. Convergence and Spatial Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, Access Roads and or Bridges for National Road, leading to major strategic public buildings, facilities, construction of road, junction, National Road to Barangay Pinamalatikan to Barangay Pulot, Mubo, Masbate. Contract location, Mubo, Masbate. Brief description of work is construction of concrete road. Approved budget for the contract is 4,949,931 pesos and 2 centavos. Contract duration is 48 calendar days. Amount of bidding document is 5,000. License classification required for this project is at least C and D for general engineering and small b for roads. Okay, let's hear from Engineer Vital. For major and similar category of work, manpower and equipment requirement. Engineer Vital.
Major category of work for this project, contract ID 24FI0047, RCP, Roads Construction PCP. Then the similar category of works, RRP, Roads Rehabilitation PCP. Number 2, RCTP, Roads Construction, and then PCP. And the key personnel must meet the minimum years of experience. Project manager, general experience must be 5 years. Relevant, 15 years. The project engineer, 5 years. Then the relevant experience, 10 years. Materials engineer, then the foreman, the general experience must 3 years. Then the relevant experience is 5 years. Then the minimum major equipment requirements for this project: applicator machine, backhoe, bar binder, bar cutter, barricade flasher light, contract bulldozer, cargoes or service truck, chainsaw, concrete batch plant, concrete saw, concrete vibrator, dump truck, joint sealer machine, leading machine, low bit trailer, motorized road grader, one wagon mixer, payloader, plate compactor, telescopic manlift, tow radio, vibratory roller, water truck, pump, and minor tools.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Vitaliano Andales. Let's proceed with our next project. We have contract ID 24FI0048, Convergence Spatial Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, Access Roads and or Bridges for National Roads, leading to major strategic public buildings, facilities, construction of road, Barangay Bitito, Masbate City, Masbate. Contract location is Masbate City. Brief description of work is construction of concrete road. ABC is 4,949,972 pesos and 7 centavos. Contract duration is 48 calendar days. Amount of bidding document is 5,000. License classification required for this project is at least C and D for general engineering and small B for roads. Again, Engineer Rogelio Alcagno for major and similar category work as well as manpower and equipment requirement.
Major category work for this contract: roads construction, PCCP, similar category work, roads rehabilitation, PCCP, roads construction tunnel, PCCP. The key personnel must meet the required minimum years of experience. One project manager, 5 years, 5 years, general experience, 15 years, relevant experience. One project engineer, 5 years, general experience, 10 years, relevant experience. Materials engineer, DPWH, accredited materials engineer 1 or 2, foreman, 3 years, general experience, 5 years, relevant experience. The minimum age of equipment requirements are the following: applicator machine, 1 unit; backhoe, 20 cubic, 1 unit; barbinder, 3-phase, 1 unit; bar cutter, single phase, 1 unit; barricade laser light, 3-volt, battery operated, amber solar, 29 units; boom truck, 10 metric ton, 1 unit; bulldozer, 1 unit; cargo service truck, 2 to 5 metric ton, 1 unit; cargo service truck, 9 to 10 metric ton, 1 unit; chainsaw, standard grade, 1 unit; concrete batch plant, 1 unit; concrete saw, 14 inches blade diameter with 3/4 lip cutting lip, 1 unit; concrete vibrator, 2 units; dump truck, 12 cubic yard, 2 units; then sealer machine, 1 unit; welding machine, 1 unit; low bit trailer, 1 unit; motorized road grader, 1 unit; one bagger mixer, 4 to 6 cubic feet per minute, 2 units; payloader, 1.5 cubic, 1 unit; plate compactor, 1 unit; telescopic manlight, 15 meters maximum working height, 1 unit; two-way radio, 2 unit; vibratory roller, 15 metric ton, 1 unit; water truck with pump, 16,000 liters, 1 unit; and minor tools. Please report to DO11 series of 2017 for the minimum material testing equipment and DO127 series of 2018 spec application of RE9184 in the conduct of post qualification with delayed ongoing contract with the 20
Okay, thank you, Engineer Rogelio Alcagno. Let's proceed with our last projects for pre bid today. We have 24FI0049, Convergence Spatial Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, Access Roads and or Bridges for National Road, leading to major public buildings, facilities, construction of road, Barangay Malinta, Masbate City. Contract location is Masbate City with description of work is construction of concrete road. Approved budget for the contract is 4,949,964 pesos and 84 centavos. Contract duration is 48 calendar days and amount of bidding document is 5,000. License classification required for this contract is at least C and D for general engineering and small d for roads. Again, let's hear from Engineer Michael Jan Cantiliet to discuss major and similar category work as well as manpower and equipment requirement.
For the major category of work for this contract, 24FI0049, RCP, Roads Construction PCCP. For the similar category of works, number 1, RRP, Roads Rehabilitation PCCP. Number 2, RCTP, Roads Construction Tunnel PCCP. Key personnel required minimum years of experience. 1 project manager, 5 general experience, 15 relevant experience. 1 project engineer, 5 general experience, 10 years relevant experience. 1 materials engineer, DPWH accredited materials engineer 1 or 2. 1 foreman, 3 years general experience, 5 years relevant experience. For the minimum major equipment requirements, applicator machine 1 unit, backhoe 0.8 cubic meter or 1.04 cubic yards 1 unit, bar bender 3-phase 1 unit, bar cutter single phase 1 unit, barricade flasher light 3 volts battery operated, amber color 29 units, boom truck 10 metric tons 1 unit, bulldozer 1 unit, cargo or service truck 2 to 5 metric tons 1 unit, cargo or service truck 9 to 10 metric tons 1 unit, chainsaw standard blade 1 unit, concrete batch plant 1 unit, concrete saw 14 inches blade diameter with 3/4 cutting depth 1 unit, concrete vibrator 2 units, dump truck 12 cubic yards 2 units, joint seller machine 1 unit, kneading machine 1 unit, low bed trailer 1 unit, motorized road grader 1 unit, 1 bagger mixer 4 to 6 cubic feet per minute 2 units, payloader 1.5 cubic meter or 1.95 cubic yards 1 unit, plate compactor 1 unit, telescopic man lift 15-meter maximum working height 1 unit, two-way radio 2 units, vibratory roller 10 metric tons 1 unit, water truck, water pump 16,000 liters 1 unit, minor tools. Please refer to DO11 series of 2017 for the minimum material testing equipment and DO127 series of 2018 strict application of RA 9184 and the conduct of qualification with delayed ongoing contracts with the DPWH. That's all, Madam.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Michael J. Cantiliet. Okay, the DPWH Masbate Second District Engineering Office now invites bids for the above procurement of these 3 projects. Completion of works is required as stated above. Bidders should have completed a contract similar to the project. Bidders should be registered with the Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board. Contractors, applicants who wish to participate in the bidding are encouraged to enroll in the DPWH Civil Works application or the CWA at the DPWH Procurement Service, Bonifacio Drive, Port Area, Manila. While those already enrolled shall keep their records current and updated. Then the contractor's eligibility to bid in the project will be determined using the DPWH contract profile eligibility process or the CPO and subject to further post qualification Information on registration can be obtained from the PRS during working days from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. or at DPWH's website www.dpwh.gov.ph. Prospective bidder shall present the original official receipt of payment for bid document to the Bank Secretariat of this office before the deadline is stated above for inclusion in the list of contractors for eligibility processing. The owner or authorized representative included in the CRC will be allowed to transact business relative to bidding matters as per D 197 series of 2001. Those representatives not included in the CRC are required to submit special power of attorney or secretary's certificate, whichever is applicable, and two valid government issued IDs to be allowed to transact business. All participating bidders must be in the document request list or the DRL of the Philippines website and secure a printout copy showing that we are included in the list. Bids received in excess of ABC shall be automatically rejected at bid opening. Bidding will be conducted through open competitive bidding procedures using non-discretionary pass-fail criterion as specified in the 2016 revised implementing rules and regulations of IRR 9R 1184. Interested bidders may obtain further information from BWH must have a second video and inspect bidding document at the procurement unit, Back Secretariat Office from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. A complete set of bidding document will be acquired by interested bidders starting on January 18, 2024 from legal address and website below and upon payment of the applicable fee for of the bidding document pursuant to the latest guidelines issued by the GPPB in the amount stated above. The procuring entity shall allow the bidder to present its proof of payment for the fees. It can be presented in person or electronic means. As per the second DEO is holding now our private conference, January 25, 2024 at the Procurement Bank Secretariat Office and or through video conferencing, webcasting via Facebook Messenger or Zoom, which shall be open to prospective bidders. Bid submission may be done manually or electronically online. However, bidders should select only one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. Similar to manual submission, the guidelines for the preparation and submission of an electronic bid are contained in the BDS IT 7. Bids must be duly received by the Bank Secretariat at the address below for manual submission or at electronic bids underscore masbate 2 at dpwh.gov.ph for electronic submission on or before February 6, 2024, 11 a.m. Late bids shall not be accepted. All bids must be accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms with the following schedule: pass or cashier's monthly's check issued by the Universal or Commercial Bank, bank draft guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit issued by the Commercial or Universal Bank, surety bond callable upon demand issued by a surety or insurance company, duly certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue its security. Bid securing declaration that is an undertaking which state among others that the bidder shall enter into contract with the procuring entity and furnish the required performance security within 10 calendar days or less as indicated in the bidding documents, and from receipt of notice of award and committing to pay a corresponding fine and is suspended for a period of time from being qualified to participate in any government procurement activity. In the event it violates any of the conditions stated as required in the guidelines issued by the GBP. Bid opening shall be on October 6, 2024 at 2 p.m. at the Procurement Unit, Bank Secretariat Office, and or through Facebook Messenger or Zoom. Bids shall be opened in the presence of the bidder's representative who choose to attend the activity. Equipment capacity as specified in the bid data sheet shall be mandatory and absence of the same shall disqualify the contractor. PWH must not the second DO reserves the right to reject any and all bids, declare a failure bidding or not award a contract at any time prior to the contract award. In accordance with sections 35.6 and 41 of 2016 revised implementing rules and regulations of RA 9184 without thereby incurring any liability to the affected bidder or bidders. For further information, please refer to Engineer Jocelyn Amy, yours truly, Back Chairperson, Masbate Second DO, Masbate City, or at him email address hindi.juspen@bwh.gov.ph or our back secretariat, Engineer Donald P. Arguelles, Masbate Second DO, Masbate City, or his email address at arguelles.donald.bwh.gov.ph. Okay, let's hear from Engineer Sol Pireno Algato some pointers to avoid disqualification. Please. Engineer Sol.
Good afternoon po. Today I'm going to read sections 23 and 25 of the 2016 revised implementing rules and regulations, known as the eligibility requirements for the procurement of infrastructure projects and submission and receipt of bids. Under section 23.1, for purposes of determining the eligibility of bidders using the criteria stated in section 23.4 of this IRR, only the following documents shall be required by the bank using the forms specified in the bidding documents. First is the Class A documents and Class B documents. Under Class A documents, we have legal documents, technical documents, and financial documents. Under legal documents, first documents is registration certificate from SEC, Department of Trade and Industry, for sole proprietorship or CDA for cooperatives. Second is mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidder is located, or the equivalent document for exclusive economic zones or areas. And third is the tax clearance for Executive Order 398 series of 2005 as finally reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Internal Revenue. Under technical documents, first is the statement of the bidder of all of its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. Second, statement of the bidder's LCC similar to the contract to be bid except under conditions provided for in sections 23.4.1.3 and 23.4.2.4 of this IRR within the relevant uh, period. Third is in the case of procurement of infrastructure projects, a valid Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board or a PICAB license or special PICAB license in case of joint ventures and registration for the type and cost of the contract to be bid. Under financial documents, first, the bidder's audited financial statements showing, among others, the bidder's total and current assets and liabilities, stamp received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institutions for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission. And second, the bidder's computation of NFCC. Under Class B document, for infrastructure projects, JV bidders shall submit a JPA in accordance with Republic Act 4566 and its IRR. Each partner of a joint venture shall submit their respective diligence certificates of registration in accordance with Section 8.5.2 of this IRR. The submission of technical and financial eligibility documents by any of the joint venture partners constitutes compliance, provided that the partner responsible to submit the MCC shall likewise submit the statement of all of its ongoing contracts and audited financial statements. Under Section 23.4.2 for the procurement of infrastructure projects, the following persons or entities shall be allowed to participate in the bidding for infrastructure projects. First is duly licensed Filipino citizens or sole proprietorship. Second, partnerships duly organized under the laws of the Philippines and of which at least 60% of the interest belongs to the citizens of the Philippines. Third, corporations duly organized under the laws of the Philippines and of which at least 60% of the outstanding capital stock belongs to citizens of the Philippines. Fourth, cooperatives duly organized under the laws of the Philippines. And fifth, persons or entities forming themselves into a joint venture, a group of two or more persons or entities that intend to be jointly and severally responsible or liable for a particular contract. Provided, however, that in accordance with Executive Order Number 65, Series of 2018, Filipino ownership or interest of the joint venture concerned shall be at least 60%, provided further that joint ventures in which Filipino ownership or interest is less than 60% may be eligible where the structures to be built require the application of techniques and or technologies which are not adequately possessed by a person or entity meeting the 60% Filipino ownership requirement. Provided finally that in the latter case, Filipino ownership or interest shall not be less than 25%. For this purpose, Filipino ownership or interest shall be based on the contribution of each of the members of the joint venture as specified in their JDA. Under Section 23.4.2.3, in accordance with Republic Act 4566 entitled An Act Creating the Philippine Licensing Board for Contractors, describing its powers, duties, and functions, providing funds therefore, and for other purposes. The persons or entities enumerated in Section 23.4.2.1 of this IR may participate in competitive bidding if he has been issued a license by the PICAP to engage or act as a contractor. And under Section 23.4.2.4, the bidder must have completed an SLCC that is similar to the contract to be bid and whose value adjusted to current prices using the PSA consumer price indices must be at least 50% of the ABC to be bid. Provided, however, that contractors under small A and small B categories without similar experience on the contract to be bid may be allowed to bid if the cost of such contract is not more than the allowable range of contract cost or the ARCC of their registration based on the guidelines as prescribed by the PICAP. And under Section 23.4.2.5, the SLCC shall be supported by an owner certificate of final acceptance issued by the project owner other than the contractor or a final rating of at least satisfactory in the contractor's performance evaluation system of the CPES. In case of contracts with the private sector, an equivalent document shall be submitted. Under Section 23.4.2 of point 6, the computation of a bidder's NFCC must be at least equal to the ABC to be bid calculated as follows. NFCC is equals to the current assets minus current liabilities times 8 minus the value of all outstanding or uncompleted portions of the projects under ongoing contracts, including awarded contracts yet to be started, coinciding with the contract to be bid. Under Section 25 or the submission and receipt of bids, Bidders shall submit their bids through their duly authorized representative using the forms specified in the bidding documents, in two separate sealed bid envelopes or two password-protected bidding documents with compressed archive folders in case of electronic bid submission, and which shall be submitted simultaneously. The first shall contain the technical component of the bid, including the eligibility requirements under Section 23.1 of this IRR for the procurement of infrastructure projects, and the second shall contain the financial component of the bid. For the procurement of infrastructure projects, uh, first document is the project certificate of registration, second, pickup license and registration in case of JP, third, statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, fourth, statement of SLCC, fifth, NFCC computation, sixth, JPA if applicable, seventh, bid security in the prescribed form, amount and validity period, eighth, project requirements which shall include the following. First is the organizational chart for the contract to be bid. Second, list of contractors' personnel. Third, list of contractors' major equipment units which are owned, leased, and or under purchase agreements supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project, as the case may be. And lastly, omnibus sworn statement in accordance with Section 25.3 of this IRR. That's all.
Thank you, Engineer Safirino Aligato. Again, our bid opening will be on February 6, 2024 at 2 p.m. at Masbate Second PDPO Back Secretariat. Is there any additional info among back members and end users? Okay, there being none, this private conference is adjourned at 2:50 p.m. Thank you, guys.